Welcome to the Dowden Podcast. I'm your host, the official CRG, and today we're going to talk about why if you genuinely want to start to see some real growth in not only yourself, but your life, then you have to start putting yourself first in order to make these things real. But before you get started, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below. That way you don't miss any weekly episodes and posts. You can find video of this episode strictly on YouTube, but the audio everywhere else. Now, when it comes to truly seeing that real growth within not only yourself, but your life, understanding that you have to start putting yourself first in order to make these things real genuinely is so important. Having it not only help me change my life around for the better, but also just truly help me start to gain that level of respect and confidence in myself that I never would have been able to if it wasn't for me actually putting myself first and prioritizing my needs instead of others. Because you see, back when I was still living in the city, and this is something that a lot of you might already know because we have talked about it before, but when I was still living there, my decisions and my mentality was not the best. And the things that I was doing on a day to day basis genuinely wasn't doing anything but slowly starting to ruin my life and just keep me trapped in these never ending cycles that I honestly had no idea how to break out of. I was just trapped in them on a day to day basis, all because I was simply not putting myself first, because I wasn't prioritizing my health. I wasn't prioritizing the things that I need to, and I was putting myself aside instead of actually taking care of myself when I needed to the most. Because instead of actually trying to apply myself when it came to the task at hand or speaking up when I actually was going through those deepest and darkest moments, I would then instead just do the exact opposite by messing around, doing the bare minimum, suffering in silence, when in all reality, I should have been finding ways to change my life around for the better. But because I was just so stuck in that mentality, I was constantly just putting people and everything else in front of me. My life was then slowly starting to fall apart because I wasn't paying any attention to it, because I wasn't taking any real action to make my personal life better. I was trying to help everybody else, but I wasn't helping myself. And by doing that for so long, it had me come to realize that in order to really see this real growth, in order to really make some real changes in your life, you then first have to stop putting yourself aside and really start to take care of not only yourself, but your physical and mental health moving forward. So, if you genuinely want to start to see some real growth in not only yourself, but your life, then understanding that you have to start putting yourself first in order to make these things real genuinely is so important. Because I promise you that you can break free of these negative cycles. You can reach those goals. You can change your mentality around. You can start to love you for you, but you have to take that real action. Like, seriously, I promise you, you can do it because I myself have done it. I was at that lowest of lows. I hated everything about myself. I would self harm. I would do all of the above because I wasn't in tune with myself, because I wasn't putting myself first. I was letting my negativity just get the best of me and my mentality, and it wasn't good. I understand what it's like, but I promise you that if you change these things around, you really start to put yourself first and start to actually prioritize not only your physical, but mental health, you genuinely will start to see that real growth within your life. So, moving forward, instead of just constantly staying in these endless cycles and constantly letting that negativity get the best of you, or that stress, or whatever it is, go ahead and just really start to take some real action. Because I'll tell you right now, there is nothing wrong with putting yourself first. It is not selfish. It's not this, it's not that. And in fact, I encourage it, because the biggest thing that I have learned is that until you go and really start to take care of yourself, you are not going to be able to take care or help anything or anyone. You have to be able to be in tune with yourself and at least respect yourself for you before you can go and make some real changes within your life. So go ahead, take control. Stop letting all of these things get to you and really start to change these things around. Because I promise you, I am no different than you. I am just talking behind a screen. You can do these things. You just have to start believing in yourself. Turn these things around, start fortifying your mind, and put yourself first in order to start to see some real growth. But with that said, today's quote is by Simon Sinek. He once said, "Putting yourself first is not selfish. Quite the opposite. You must put your happiness and health first before you can be of help to anyone else." I appreciate you tuning in. You can follow us on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. And this is the Dowdum Podcasts.